Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Most families have videos of the things kids do, and our next guest has her share too. Let's welcome Hilary Roberts to our table. Welcome.
Hello, Hilary.
You do video everything.
I video everything, yeah. Somebody asked me recently, and I just kind of looked on my phone. I had 11,000 videos and pictures. And
See, she's like me. She's like photo a day.
Oh, yeah.
But she's video a day.
Videoing.
More than one video a day.
Okay, before I have so many good questions. Tell us like who you are. You're from Spanish Fork. Go from there.
Same kind of thing as Kyle, just born and raised in Spanish Fork and have lived here all my life. Right now we live out in Benjamin, and so my teenagers hate it because we're so far. We're a million miles away from all their friends.
Hate everything. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, but my little kids love it out there because they have a little bit of space. But
how many kids do you have, Hilary?
8. I have 8 kids.
Bless your heart.
Yes, bless your heart.
So that's a lot of videoing to be done.
Yeah,
that's some good actors and actresses.
I have plenty of footage and
So before Instagram, before social media, Facebook, were you already doing a ton of videos?
Yeah, I was. Not so much videos, but definitely pictures, and lots of pictures. I remember we brought our firstborn home, and I had just a little 24 count camera, or a film.
Oh yes.
And I would take like a picture and then put the camera away because I was just nervous about wasting the film.
I remember those days.
My word. Can you believe
and now my teenager, she's grown up in the digital age where you just take as many pictures as you want.
You can delete all day, every day. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
So I remember. Do you guys remember 12/12/12 when it was like December 12th?
The Mayan calendar was going to end.
And
what it was?
Year 2012. And I remember kind of driving home from somewhere and noticing that date, and I thought we got to do something special. So we did a little time capsule, and we kind of all committed to something. And I committed to take a picture a day for a year, which seemed kind of hard at the time. Kind of difficult at the time, but so I did, and I noticed when I looked back on that year, so many unique, special little memories because of just like a basic picture.
Right.
So from then on, I was in the habit of taking all kinds of pictures, and then I love pictures, and I kind of do some photo shoots with my kids.
You guys need to check
a little
these
cheesy,
out.
a little corny.
But they're funny. Like you did a Star Wars one, and everyone had to dress up, right? And you took them out on the sand dunes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I think my family would actually love that.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But I love pictures, but I just recently loved video because I started taking video, and then on like one of my kids' birthdays, I would put all their video, of them throughout the year to like, some song. And there's just something magical about video to a cool song. And so they started looking forward, and we would play that on their birthday, and they started looking forward to it. So I just, as much as I love pictures, to me, video just is
like the back to school videos. And so now what about like, how are you saving them? Or I mean,
a hard drive for all the videos.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of even that way now because I have little kids, and I'm like, because I am not a scrapbooker. I'm like, I'm sorry guys, but you're getting a hard drive when you leave here.
What do you do with the videos?
Yeah, I just save them. I think there's probably a time and a season for it. Right now is probably not my time because I think any parent, the biggest mistake that you feel like you'll make is not living in the moment enough. You got work and you have all these other obligations. So then, like, my biggest pressure, or the way I feel pressure, is to not live in the moment. So sometimes that's a struggle to film and document, and then also live in the moment. But I guess I just feel like there's going to be a time and a season to do something with the videos and pictures that I take, and maybe I'll figure that out later. But right now I'm just gonna get it out there because I feel like these moments will pass. There's a quote by Anna Quindlen. And it's my favorite. I used to have it memorized, but she just talks about how as a mom she remembers, or she saw a picture of her kids, and it was in the summer, and they were all sitting on a quilt under their big tree out in front of their house, Her kids were ages like 4, 6, and 1 or something. And she said, I just, like, what did they smell like? What were we talking about in that moment? What were what did they look like when they went to bed that night? What pajamas? And she just said she craved the little details of her life with, you know, raising kids. And I feel that urgency to remember the details. And to me, gosh, I just am not finding the time to write. I think words are amazing. But right now, for me, it's just, I'm just going to video and take pictures as much as I can. And then, and I think the details will be remembered through those things.
Oh my gosh.
And
that is so important. Yeah.
There's so much humor in your video. Are you guys just like a naturally funny family? Because I think, oh, I would do that. And people would look at my feet and be like,
Stacy,
hon, like,
I don't get it.
Stop, out that door. You are in that case. Like, you guys are just naturally funny. I would think, oh, I'm so funny, and be like, there's no light. Nobody's laughing.
I think the funniest, I think little toddlers are funny. You know, I mean, they say the funniest things, but I think teenage boys are the funniest thing.
If you're not expecting it, they're kind of like they're too tough, too cool, and then they'll do funny stuff that you're like, anything kind of becomes funny if they do it.
My 14-year-old, we were driving past the high school one time. It was about the time of a football game. And I said, do you want me to just drop you off? And he's like, that's all right. I don't have any nice clothes on, and all the girls will want to kiss me anyway. And like, he's just so funny.
But it captures glimpses of their personality.
Yeah, for sure.
And I do love that about it.
But what if they have a boring personality? Like, you video your kids walking into school. Most kids, Hilary, would just walk into school. But your kids are like, woo-hoo, I mean, dancing.
See ya, Mama.
I'm like, they're just cool kids.
Oh.
And when I went to Swig to get a drink at Macy's, your daughter works there, and I wanted to say, hi, I know you. I'm like, she's going to be like, nutcase, don't talk to me. But I was just like, I won't even act like I know her, because I really...
But they're probably used to it now.
Yeah,
it's kind of become a thing.
Doesn't, my filming and like having them do goofy things. Like one time my son was coming out for an orthodontist appointment, and I wouldn't let him in the car until he named all the 12 dwarfs or 7 dwarfs or whatever. And so I think that's his personality, to kind of goof around, but I think if he's on film, it just amplifies it. And so, you know, he goofed around and said stuff.
So I think you're like the producer. I think the fun stems from
probably.
I think okay. So I think the first video I ever saw, and it just popped in my head, is you were going back home after the ballpark in the summer, and you left one of your 8 kids at the ballpark sitting in the gutter, and some random person called you.
Yeah.
You videoed that whole thing coming back, and then they were like crying, and you're like, the good thing is I'll never do it again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was like in hysterics, because you had like the wherewithal to video this moment that your little kids
I think so many things in motherhood are tragic that you loathe yourself in the moment, like I did when I got that phone call. And
if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Too. Yeah.
Yes.
And so people can relate, and I think that's what's so refreshing about it.
When
it's
I
real life stuff.
I'm like, oh, she's real. I want to follow her.
That's very sweet, because I think when I think of social media, I go onto social media to kind of be entertained, to escape. I political opinions are fine, but I just honestly, right now, I don't need that. So I think like the things that I produced and put out there, I want it to be light and airy for people to watch. And I want it to almost be like McDonald's, where you know what you're going to get. And you know that, like, I'm not going to gotcha and, you know, break down and cry or give you some outrageous political opinion. I'm just going to film my kids being goofy and hope that people like it and feel kind of lame doing it, but oh well.
And people are loving it. What was like your favorite video? I know that's probably hard, but like this last 6 months or a year, what one sticks out to you?
Oh gosh. Well, one, and I don't know if it's this, oh gosh. It was a little while ago. My oldest son was leaving for 2 years, and it was all dramatic and everything, and we were saying goodbye to him, and you know, as he gives me a hug, his final words were to me, and I was filming it, and he said, "Mom, no one likes to see river dancing." It's like, please don't do that anymore. And I don't know.
Because River's your daughter, and you're always videoing her dancing. Yep. So he's like, I'm going to leave you a little tip. Stop, Mom.
Stop doing that one, Mama.
Yeah.
I'll see you in 2.
Teenagers can be cruel. Like, I'm surprised they haven't shut you down, because I'm thinking if this was me, my kids would be like, you're done.
Yeah. Well, I feel like teenagers, little kids especially, but I mean, more than anything, teenagers are just little, like, organically narcissists. And so they want to be filmed.
Totally.
They want to, they'll pretend they don't like your shenanigans, but in reality, I think
but they're like, yeah, I'm over here. If you want.
I think they like to be filmed, like to be kind of portrayed, whatever way I want to portray River, if she's a dancer or goofy or whatever. But
this is fun.
So.
And I think this generation in particular is very used to it. They're used to being in front of the camera. Okay, for those who haven't seen your Instagram, what is your Instagram handle, please? Where can we find you?
I'm at Hila Girl, just at Hila Girl on Instagram.
And Hila, H-I-L-A.
Yep. And someone said, so we had our first grandbaby, and I don't know how I feel about that, but then the baby came and he's beautiful and I love it, but somebody said, well, now you need to be Hilagram, not Hila Girl.
You're like, maybe in a couple more grandkids.
Just a little bit of time.
I like
Thanks
it.
for coming.
I like
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you so much.
Fun.
So
Thank you.
fun.
You guys are very generous.
Good luck, of course. Well, there's more studio chatter coming up.